Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Opposite Sides of the Spectrum. If you are new, I am Lauren.
And I'm Tiara.
And today we're going to do another mukbang. I know we haven't done one in a while. So we're going to do a breakfast edition since it is almost 10:50.
Well, Lauren's doing like a brunch edition. But I'll tell y'all what I have. I got a cinnamon roll pancake, turkey bacon, eggs, and then some iced caramel coffee. And what did you get?
I got some orange juice.
Nasty orange juice.
So y'all, look at these cute little pancakes.
Yes.
It's the kids' menu.
Yeah, we both got stuff off the kids' menu.
It's the Mickey Mouse. And look, if you're struggling with your kids to eat their own not vegetables, their fruits, they have little cute, I think these are blueberries and strawberries.
For the nose.
And then Tira mad because she don't want to hear the crinkling noise, but I don't care about the crinkling noise. So I also got a Burger King little sandwich.
That's why she got brunch, because she doing burger and pancakes.
So,
which is a very Lauren meal. Like, burgers and pancakes.
and some bacon.
Yes, the turkey bacon. I done put her onto the turkey bacon.
Okay, I had turkey bacon as a kid. So it's not like the turkey bacon is new. I just haven't had it. Well, I actually had it very recently because I got it for some pizza that I had. But outside of that, I just kind of stayed away from bacon altogether.
The pork.
So, but yeah, y'all. So,
Oh, I also put. So Lauren has put me on to the smoked cheddar cheese. So I'm gonna try the smoked cheddar cheese on my eggs. But we went to Leo's Brunch House in Carrollton, and we've been here before to just eat.
It's
So
been a minute since we've been back.
oh yeah, it's definitely been a while. It's definitely been a while, but yeah, I'm excited to have them again. It's always a really good experience when we go. The staff is always really nice. Eating inside is a nice experience too. And our food was still warm when we got it. Like, we just had to heat it up like a little bit, but it was still pretty warm.
Everything just automatically goes in the microwave.
Oh,
So,
they gave you butter?
Yeah. You can get butter.
No. Were you gonna use your other one? If you're gonna use it, you can keep it.
I mean, it's enough butter. I've been having pancakes all week. But I really ran out of food because I got to buy groceries. So I've been eating pancakes literally all week. But I wanted these because it was cute and cute.
So the other day, I've been changing my dog's dog food, and I ran out of dog food. So I gave them a throwback favorite. When I first got my dog Luke, when I didn't have money to buy dog food, I would just make him pancakes and eggs. So the other day, my dogs had pancakes, eggs, and tuna. Which was Lauren, she's been having pancakes and eggs. Not the tuna part, but...
No.
So I was like, y'all got to eat what y'all auntie been eating all week.
Yeah, so cute.
And they loved it. And my dog, he needs syrup on his pancakes. He won't eat it without syrup.
He's a human. Very smart. Everything scares him. But yeah. I'm not trying to cut my pancakes.
These eggs are good.
They're good.
Now, they already have salt on them.
And you added some more salt.
But you know, I like me some. I unfortunately like salt. I know like eating a bunch of salt is not okay. But if something has too much salt, like I'm okay with it. It's so good. It's so good.
If something's too salty, I won't eat it anymore. Because I'm just eating salt.
Like, you've been getting the unsalted potato chips.
It's too salty.
I think it's so funny that the regular potato chips are too salty for you. I love that salt.
It didn't, like,
I
as
love
a
it.
kid, I could tolerate it. Now I can't.
I think they have been putting more salt on those chips. Because they are saltier than they usually been. Like, if you've eaten Lay's potato chips for a while, let us know if you think they've been saltier. Like, the original Lay's potato chips. Because I feel like they've been putting more salt on it. I don't mind that, but Lauren has definitely noticed it. to the point where she buys the unsalted ones.
It's a 50%.
Or the blue bag, the lightly salted.
That's good.
No, but actually my mom says the same thing. She says those are too salty. So I think they have been putting more salt on them.
Somebody got a whole thing of salt and just dumped it on there. That's what it came from.
That's crazy. So we're gonna start. Dang, my bacon is cold. I should have ate this first. We're gonna start with our music segment. I should have given you your homework. The Victoria Monet Alright music video. I know you've seen clips of it, but I watched it this morning, and it was a really cool music video.
I did see it the other day.
It was a really cool music video. It was futuristic. It also had Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson inspirations in it. So it was a really, really like cool music video.
If you listen to the song, it gives very futuristic vibes when you listen to it. So I think the video did match the style of the song.
And the person that directed the video did a great job. A great job. Victoria Monet, that's off her Jaguar 2 album. The Alright song, I think it's like the 4th track. So, I really like the music video.
I will say about the song, I really like the song too because I feel like it's giving women the autonomy. Because you hear all the time about how men can do what they want to do when it comes to women. Oh, you label her as this or that. But I really like that. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm going to do what I want to do. Bye.
I feel like that's the whole vibe of Jaguar 2, though. Of giving women autonomy over themselves and just being like... And it's funny because that song is right before... Alright is right before Pimp's anthem. So, I like that song, too.
Yeah, check out the music video, y'all. If y'all have not.
By the time we release this episode, the music video would have been out for like a month. But it's been 2 days, and it already has like 4 million views.
I'm so happy she's getting the credit she's doing because she's been in the business for so long. She was like 14.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see
writing music, which I didn't know.
Yeah, she's Ariana Grande's best friend. And they've wrote like a lot of songs together. So y'all, I'm glad that the work is paying off.
Same.
That she's getting the credit she deserves. Listen to like her older stuff too.
The first album, her Jaguar album, and Jaguar 2 is a. I'm a very new Victoria Monet fan.
She has a whole bunch of other albums before that one.
Okay.
So listen to her. I forgot what it's called, but it's song called Made in China. I like that one.
Now the albums before Jaguar, are these albums or are these EPs?
Let me look.
Because I'm being honest, I am a very new Victoria Monet fan. So the first song I heard from her was on the Insecure album. It's a song she did. I think it was with Lucky Day.
No, these are albums, y'all. She's had a whole bunch of other albums. So some of my other favorite albums that she's come up or that she's done is Nightmares and Lullabies. There's like an act 1 and 2, so she's always done like her 1-2 acting. But yes, on act 1, I love We Are the People, Made in China. These songs came out like almost 10 years ago. So that's how I guess I've listened to Victoria Monet.
Yeah.
I love Good Times and Trouble. That's probably one of my like favorite songs.
All-time favorites.
I just love that transition, and I just love the vibe of that song. But she also has what is the other album? She has like a Jaguar Christmas like orchestra arrangement album, which is really cool. And
sounds good for the Christmas, the holiday playlist.
Yeah, my nose is itching, that's why I keep scratching my nose, just to let y'all know. But, yeah, those are some of the albums that she's debuted way before the other Jaguar albums. So definitely check out her other like catalog too, because it's really good.
Yeah. And I like Victoria Monet because she is like an all-around artist. Like when she does her music videos, like her choreography literally like fits the song.
Yeah,
and I think that's really cool.
So you feel like some artists, their dancing stuff does not fit?
Not that it doesn't fit, but it's like, okay, this intentional like noise of the drum, like this move is gonna go with it. Like I feel like all that is very like intentional. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, check this out. Ooh.
Your bacon finna go flying.
I'm not gonna eat the blueberry.
Why are you not gonna eat the blueberry?
Because of texture.
Oh my goodness. You like the taste of the blueberries, but you don't like the blueberries. I'm trying to get it. This paper keeps. I'm trying not to smush it since you don't like it. You gonna eat the strawberry?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the strawberry.
Okay. The syrup. I like to drown my pancakes in syrup, but this already has a bunch of sweet stuff on it. And this is actually a lot of syrup in here, so I think it's drowned.
I'm anyway. The other day, I'm like, I'm not really feeling this.
It's so good. I love drowning. I love it so
I
much.
overdid it. I'm like, yeah.
No, you overdid the drowning. Oh, okay. I got this ring for our DC trip that this episode is about from a thrift store. And I also got this from a thrift store in Waxahachie, Texas.
No way you said that.
That's where we got it.
Oh, I got the earrings from the Waxahachie.
You've been wearing it. I've noticed she's been wearing that earring a lot. You really like that earring.
Reflection.
It's really cute.
Green, like lime color. So, yeah, y'all, I've been switching it up.
I haven't seen you wear like a lot of like green, like especially lime green.
I don't.
So that's
have
new.
a lot of like green.
That's new.
Actually. So, but yeah, y'all.
What's this question, Lauren?
We gonna jump into the question already?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is we did our food.
This is the food.
We did the music. And then so yeah, it's time for the question.
Well, okay, we've been talking about dating a lot, y'all, so we'll take a break on the dating. But the question is, in your everyday life, regardless of where you are, why are you acting like that?
Okay, I want y'all to know that Lauren does not tell me this question until we record. And I ask her all the time, what's the question? And she's just like, you gotta see. So this is, when she does the questions, it's literally my first time like hearing the question. So y'all really get like my honest, true answer, not what Lauren likes to call the corporate answer.
Yeah. Because people have time to think, and then the answer's really not the truth, but it's like, I need to make it sound good. We're not doing all that. So, let me repeat the refrain, because I know you don't forget already.
All you said is in your everyday life. That's all you said now. Yeah. So go ahead and repeat the question.
In your everyday life, regardless of where you are, does your womanist, queerness, or blackness come first?
This is a good question. I've already answered this question.
I know. But you word it a little bit differently. So I'm like, let me.
Okay, so in my everyday life, I'm going to answer it twice. How the way I think people perceive me and how I perceive myself. I think people perceive me, they see me as being black first, then being a woman, and then being a queer person. How I perceive myself, I feel like I am a woman first, a queer person, and then a black person. So, and like all three of these things, my womanness, my queerness, my blackness, I'm proud of all those things. But it's like I've gotten more comfortable with myself to lean more into my queerness and really like have pride in being a woman, because being a woman in this world is hard. It is not easy being a woman in a world where misogyny and patriarchy exists. So I am very proud of my queerness. I'm very proud of my womanness. And my blackness, I'm going to be honest, I'm 50-50 on it. I'm honestly tired of having the same circular conversations in the black community, and like, I just feel like we're really not progressing.
There's no growth.
Yeah, I just feel like there's no growth right now. So I'm really just have been leaning more into like queerness and the queer community and womanness and women that actually want to move away from like patriarchal things. So that's really what I've been leaning more into. And that question, we'll get into where that question was from after Lauren answers the question. So answer it twice. How do you think people perceive you, and how do you perceive yourself?
I think of course people see I'm black. That's the first thing. The blackness is definitely. I mean, you can't hide that.
Yeah.
So definitely my blackness. I think it depends on the person, but I think sometimes people see my queerness before my womanness. So,
do you think that has something to do with you being a masculine woman?
Yes, I do. So yeah, I think people see my blackness, my queerness, and then the fact that I'm a woman. But for me, how I see it is, I do put my womanness on the forefront. I'm gonna say, because that's something I've had to fight for in the sense of people deeming me not woman enough.
Yeah.
And that's something that I just really had to just accept. Like, look, there's different versions of how it is being a woman. There's not one right way of being a woman.
Yeah.
So I had to really work on just accepting that I am woman enough, and that regardless of how I dress or how I feel or act that day, I'm still a woman. It does not invalidate me because my hair is short, or because of the clothes I wear, or because my masculine, more dominant mannerisms. So I think for me that comes first. My queerness, because that's just by default, it's just attached to it.
Yeah.
Attached to me. And that is a big part. I mean, it's not everything of me, but it is a big part. And I think, yes, I've known I was gay since I was a kid, but I think these last 3-4 years is really when I've kind of just stepped into owning myself at 100% in terms of my sexuality and not hiding or lying to people and all that. So that's why I do my queerness second. And then black is last for me because that's just something by default. That's out of my control. Like, nobody, regardless of your race or whatever, nobody said, yeah, I'm going to be this and this when I'm born. Everybody has a choice. And how you were born, what family you were conceived into. So, I think my blackness is last because, yes, my blackness is very powerful and I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I think that's just everybody's default. So that's why that's why it comes in last for me.
Yeah, we can't pick our race or ethnicity. We're just two people decided to have a child, and here we are. So we didn't have any input in that. So I get what that. Our reasonings of why blackness comes last are two different reasons.
Yes.
But yeah, like, I'm very comfortable with all three of those things: my blackness, my womanness, and my queerness. I've become more comfortable with my queerness over the past few years. But that journey alone was an interesting one. It still is an interesting one. I still think I'm on my journey. So
I still think I'm on the woman journey because when people say when you cut your hair, you're gonna feel this. I mean, it's true. It's like when you cut your hair, you're just kind of releasing a lot of things. And it's been like over a year now since I've cut my hair. And I feel like when I cut my hair, I did let a lot of things go.
Was it like a spiritual experience for you?
I guess it was like in that when I cut it, I just thought it was nice. I was ready to cut my hair because I was tired of maintaining it, but
Same. That's why I cut my hair.
But at the same time, it's like it is like a very enriching journey and experience because it forces people to see that this is who you are, not how they want you to be. Yeah. And I had to go through that experience of some people liking it, some people not liking it, but regardless, I liked it, and that's what mattered. So
I've cut my hair a lot throughout my life. But I know every time I've cut my hair, it does feel like a release, and it feels nice because everything, your body holds on to things, and even like with your hair holds on to things as well. So that's why when people go through like things in life or they go through a breakup, they cut their hair and it makes them feel like different because it's like all that stress and trauma and whatever you were going through, it's not only held in your body, but it's held in your hair.
Yeah.
So I really do understand that when people are like, I just felt a release when I cut my hair because same.
And I was forced to just deal with me.
Yeah.
Once you cut it, you can't. I mean, you
yeah.
can bring your hair back though.
Yeah, once you cut your hair, especially if you get like something really short, once you cut it, you literally, when you look in the mirror, you just see you. Like, you just see your face. You don't really see your hair as like, and I don't want to call it a distraction, but you don't see that anymore. You literally just see you.
Yeah.
So it does kind of force you to deal with yourself.
Incorporate the spaces as well, and I talk about that too. But yeah, I really, when it comes to my queerness, I know I'm just in the middle. It really just depends on how I feel that day. And we'll talk more about this in a different episode. We talk about masculinity and, femininity and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop right there because I'm just real.
We might get to it in this episode because this episode we're talking about our trip to DC. We did vlog when we were in DC. Now this is our first time vlogging, so we're still working it out.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure it out.
But we're gonna talk about our trip to DC, and do you want to start it off about the travel?
Yeah. Yo, we didn't even make it.
My straw just flipped out of this cup.
Well, we didn't even make it to St. Louis yet. It was already silly. So we got to the airport on time. That wasn't the issue. We checked in and walked around. And then we got on the plane. And the plane was supposed to leave around 7:45. We didn't almost leave until like an hour and a half later because there was some type of mechanical issue with the plane, and it was going to be an easy fix, but it took the mechanic people forever to come. So they made an announcement saying the delays, and so when we finally got to the airport, we literally only had about like 20 minutes. And the thing is, we actually ran and made it on time, but the pilot left early. So we had to stay from the St. Louis airport from 9 to about 5 o'clock.
To catch another flight?
Yes, to finally get to DC. So our plans were really kind of not ruined, but it was definitely cut short.
Yeah, definitely cut short.
So, and that airport is very boring and very small. And if you want to explore the St. Louis airport, you have to go through TSA for each terminal, which is also why we did not do a lot of exploring at that airport because nobody wants to go through TSA 3, 4, 5 times.
We barely made it back through TSA when we because I was asleep. Yeah. I was asleep on the plane. When I get on the planes, I go to sleep. So I didn't even realize we were sitting for an hour. I went to sleep, and then I woke up when the plane started moving. So to me, maybe it's only been 20 minutes. But I didn't realize it was an hour before we left.
Yes.
And so then when we got off the plane, I sprinted to our gate, but the pilot left early. If you're the pilot of that plane, F you forever. But so yeah, we left because we walked around that airport and I just couldn't find nothing I wanted to eat. So we left the airport, not left it completely, but we went through the exit. And then, because you know how some airports, they do have some restaurants and stuff before you come through TSA. So there was we went to a restaurant that was in like the front part of the airport. And we're coming back to TSA. They nearly like took our vlogging equipment because they were like, what is this? I don't know why TSA people act like they don't live in the real world with us. And they don't know what stuff is.
It's like they kind of have to. I think. It's like they probably knew what it was, but they had to pretend like I guess they did it because it didn't follow the protocol. And I guess the way it was shaped looked like a gun to them. They were just kind of like, "What is this?" They knew it was not a gun, but you could clearly see it was not a gun.
Yeah, it was literally just some vlogging equipment, and even when I said it's vlogging equipment, they acted like they never in their life heard the word vlogging. So it was a really weird like experience. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're about to take like our vlogging equipment. So I'm glad we didn't go through any other TSA things. Yeah, because I remember the first time it was in my carry-on bag, but look, maybe the Dallas airport don't be looking.
It was real early in the morning too.
Yeah. So we made it through TSA, and I'm glad we didn't go to any other terminals because I feel like they would have took our vlogging stuff and I would have been sad. And we got on the plane and we made it to DC like around 8.
Yeah.
And then we went to the bookstore Kramer's that night. That was the only thing we got to do because we planned to do something else that we didn't get a chance to do. We did it eventually, but yeah, I forgot what we planned to do. Maybe it was a cupcake place? Maybe?
I don't think it was gonna be that night.
Okay.
But it was something else. But
yeah. And then we went to this really good Senegal restaurant.
Ooh, that place was it was fun. Like even when the environment was just very like lively and like, we found a little DC spot.
Yes, it felt like being at like a family party. Like, it was really cool. The waiter was really nice. And I know, like, African places get this bad reputation of being rude and having rude service. But that was the best service I've ever had. I feel like from all the places.
Oh, in DC or just in general?
Just in general. And it was from the African place. So, that place was so good. Whenever I come back to DC, that is the first place I'm going.
Yeah.
That is the first place I'm going. It was that good.
No, I agree with you. We spent like 10 minutes just scrolling, trying to figure out. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of places to choose from, but we were on different pages per usual about what to eat. Because she always wants Thai food.
I do. I always want Thai food.
And I was just like...
And we didn't want Mexican food because we live in Texas. We get Mexican food all the time, so that was out the question.
We didn't want like a regular place we have here.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's just go here because I was tired of looking.
Yeah. And it was so good. It was so good.
That jollof rice was good. You wanted the goat. Mm-hmm. Like, but they ran out.
Yeah, I ended up getting something else.
You got the beef stew or the
goat
stew?
Oh no, okay. I wanted the goat curry or the goat stew. They ran out of that, so I just ended up getting like just the goat meat, like the roasted goat meat or something, and the jollof rice and the plantains, and whatever sauce. Oh my goodness, that sauce on that goat was so good. Oh, it was so good. And then like I know, like in countries like Africa and India, it's very customary to eat with your hands. Yeah, so when I got my food, I was eating with my hands, and he was like, "Oh, okay."
Like that's a lot of people don't when they're like, traveling. They just eat. We've been to a lot of like Ethiopian places, and
Yeah.
ways enough to know that's just the appropriate thing to.
Yeah. So he was very
train
excited.
ourselves.
I was eating with my hands. But I don't know, like eating. I actually like eating with my hands. Eating with my hands makes me feel more connected to the food, and I feel like it tastes better than just eating with a fork. Now, some things I'm like, yes, give me a fork. But when it comes to like, if I have like curry and rice, and if I have bread that I can use to eat it with, I'm definitely just eating with my hands.
You think Devin would have eaten with his hands?
No.
Hey, Devin.
Devin doesn't like to be sticky, so he's gonna eat with a fork. It is what it is.
That's why I asked that question, because I do the answer, y'all. Just messing with him. But I got the beef stew. I don't like plantains.
I took her plantains off her plate, and it has some of the sauce from your stew, and that sauce was good too. Oh, it was so good.
They did give me a whole bunch of rice though, and then I got this bread, and that bread was good. Like, I know you like the bread better than other places we went to, but I thought the bread tasted really good with the stuff that they had. And I like just to eat stuff with bread apparently, so that's why I got the bread.
I wasn't like, okay, the bread wasn't nasty, but I've had better bread at other places.
Yeah,
I thought the bread was okay.
It just tasted good to me with what I had.
Yeah.
So. And plus, I feel like if I was just eating meat and rice with my hands, the bread kind of makes it easier for me.
Yeah. To like eat it.
Rolling it in something. So together, all three of those things, it tasted really good to me.
It was so good. Ooh, that place is so good. But yeah, check out our vlog so you can see the name of the place. And I took some video of the place and some video of our food. That was so freaking good.
Really good.
And then we went to 7-Eleven to get some drinks.
Yeah, that's when we downloaded 7-Eleven at. Because y'all, I really wanted, I don't know what it was about 7-Eleven on that trip. But 7-Eleven was my best friend on that trip.
We hit up 7-Eleven a lot in DC.
To get some drinks.
A homeless man gave us some roses.
Yeah.
That was interesting. And our Airbnb was cool. Like, it was way bigger than we expected it to be.
At least 2-3 more people in there.
Yeah, it was way bigger than we expected it to be, but it was really cool because we stayed. For anybody that lives in DC or Virginia,
how does that bus system work?
Please explain to us how the bus system works. When I say the bus system, I mean like if you live in Virginia and you're trying to get to DC, how does that work? Because we could not figure it out for nothing. And we even waited at that bus stop, and I don't think I saw a bus come to that bus stop not once. Like at all. So, from my understanding, we would have to have taken a connector bus to DC and then take the DC bus systems. So we would need 2 different cards. But
I thought you could just pay on the bus.
Or that too, y'all. I've never been on a bus. I'm gonna be so honest. I've never been on a bus.
How the bus system works here, and I know it's different. But you just either have a card if you pay for like the year subscription or whatever, or you just pay however much they did for that daily fee on the bus, and you just that's how it was. And you just get a card that you can just keep for the day. That's how it worked when I did it.
Nice.
Well, okay, I got it for free also because I was a student. I just used my ID.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't, then I think I was just paying get like a little daily pass. But I don't know if it's the same thing for Virginia and DC.
We could not figure out the bus, so we just ended up Ubering, which is fine.
I'm glad we didn't get a rental.
Yeah,
we would have paid a lot of money for that.
We would have been mad if we got a rental because it's nowhere to park in DC.
Honestly, I would have honestly thought they would have called me to take it back because that's
You would have taken it back early.
That's a waste of money.
Yeah, if we got a rental car, we would have parked it in the front of that Airbnb and just Ubered
or just
anywhere.
drove around Virginia because Virginia was not that bad.
Yeah, there were places to park in Virginia, but in DC is like a giant downtown.
It is.
There's nowhere to park nowhere in DC.
Or you gotta learn how to parallel park real good.
I don't know how to parallel park. And when we were talking about how we were gonna do transportation, I was telling Lauren, I'm like, if we get this car, you're driving, because I can't parallel park. And she didn't want to drive. So I'm like, well, we're not renting a car. Because neither of us wanted to drive the car, so we weren't renting.
It's not
Unless our other friend came. Because we went on a friend trip with Devin, Preston, me, you, and went to San Francisco.
I'm not Preston. Devin loved to drive. I mean, Preston loved to drive.
Yeah, Preston drove us the whole time. Shout out to Preston for that.
Yeah, that California, me just going from the airport, y'all, that's a whole nother story.
Tell it, go ahead. It's hilarious.
Let's start from the beginning. We even got on the plane. Because Tierra used to live like really right next to the airport. It was like a 10-minute drive to the airport.
Not even, if that. Like 5-minute drive.
So
like right next to the airport.
Our flight was leaving around 7, I think. 6, 7.
Okay, we left late because me. I take accountability for that.
Let me also preface the conversation with I said maybe we should leave early. They're like, no, we live right next to the airport.
Didn't I just say I took accountability?
Yeah,
Didn't I just say that?
But I wanted to explain. I wanted to explain how we got to that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And she said no. And when we got there, that line was so long just to check the bags in. Y'all, we already knew that we were not going to make that flight. And I think the TSA line was long, too.
All the lines were long. I don't know what was going on, but all the lines were long that day.
So, we got to the thing, and we had to take 3 separate flights.
I
took a solo flight.
Lauren took a solo flight. Me and Preston took a flight together, and Devin took a flight by himself.
Why they put me, a black woman, in Utah? Salt Lake City, Utah. Because they was barely black people. They looked like I was a robot.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, ooh.
A black queer woman at that.
In Utah.
In Utah, yes.
Yeah, I just sat there. I called my other friend, and I went to Shake Shack to get some food.
Look, at least there was a Shake Shack. That sounded good.
It was pretty, because that was my first time having Shake Shack when I was to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was talking back and forth with the lady at the desk about the ticket. She was like, "Will we only have one more ticket?" Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. It was because I went because the rental car.
Because we were just on standby flights.
Wait, because the Airbnb was in Oakland, wasn't it?
Yes.
And the rental was at the San Francisco airport.
Yes, me and Preston. Yes, we ended up at a whole different airport. And you ended up at the airport we needed to be at to get the rental car.
And that thing, because when I went up there, she was saying that she only had one more ticket left for that San Francisco flight. I don't know I don't know what made me come up there and talk to her, but I'm glad I did. Because, girl. And then when I got to the airport,
because whose name was the rental in?
I think it was in mine.
Good.
So it was either mine or Devin's.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the rental, and when I tell you I was so confused driving, the freeway confused me, the streets confused me because the street was this way, but the light was to your left, and you had to make sure you were not. I'm like, what in the world? Why is it like a Mario zigzag to get to the freaking Airbnb? It was
you
like
were playing Mario Kart in real life.
Praying that I didn't get a ticket or I knew what I was doing because the lights were like perpendicular. It was confusing. And then
the traffic was bad.
The traffic was bad, but not as bad.
Yeah.
The issue was that this man, I was driving because it was also kind of raining, y'all. I was driving to the airport. This man driving up to me on the freeway, trying to tell me to let my window down so he can get my number on the freeway.
On the freeway. It's crazy. On the freeway, it's crazy.
And he looked like he worked at the airport because of his clothes. And I'm like, this is the time I wish my friends were in the car because y'all want him? Because that's what I would have asked. Do y'all want him? Because I don't want this man.
That was absolutely hilarious. But people on the coast love Lauren. The coast people love Lauren.
I don't want the man. I love y'all, but not like that. Y'all cool. We can be friends.
I'm screaming.
And be being nice.
Okay, this is kind of like a off tangent. I've noticed since I've started cutting my hair, I actually get more male attention, which is very like
they love
opposite of what I thought was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, they love when a woman cuss her.
I think that's so crazy.
Even though, because I think some men associate it to like masculinity, even though it might not be like that for that woman.
Yeah, I think some men need to be honest that you are attracted to masculinity. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being attracted to masculinity at all. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
That does not mean you're gay and all that. Like,
yeah.
But yeah.
So I do think there are men that are attracted to masculine women. There's nothing wrong with that. But
I'm not attracted to you.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, I'm glad I still got it. I can pull anybody I want.
But no, that was absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah, and then when I finally got to the Airbnb, that parking garage was so small.
Well, I'm glad we did not get an SUV.
Barely fit that car in that parking garage.
I'm glad we did not get an SUV because it wouldn't have fit.
We would have just parked it outside because there would have been nowhere else to park that vehicle.
But yeah, San Francisco was fun, but parking was also not the best. And I'm glad that neither of us had to drive because it was not the best.
And that too, I think when I got to the San Francisco airport, I tried to get somebody else's bag or something and they wouldn't let me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think it was Devin's. It was somebody's bag. Y'all had to like go pick up Devin and go to the airport to get his luggage. And you did your little magic thing because it wasn't working.
I don't play with them airport people. Because you can't go in there. Lauren is so nice and sweet. Lauren asks, I demand and tell you what's going to happen. That is the difference. Yeah. So when I went in there, I said, hey, that's my bag over there. I'm going to get my bag. I didn't be like, oh, that's my friend. This is my bag. Thank you.
Like, in a room?
Yeah.
So you didn't, because they didn't even.
I just went in there and said, that's my bag.
Did they just hand it to you? Because it's like a counter. I'm like, why don't you go around the counter?
Yes. I said, that's my bag. You gotta go in there and demand. You can't go in there and ask.
That's why she my friend. She come along. Because when I go to airports, I'm on airplane mode, y'all.
Yeah, Lauren's so nice. We'll get to that part of the story later on. Okay, so back to our DC trip.
Yes.
So the next day, we went to DC for DC Black Pride, and it was a very, very fun event. Mm-hmm. When we first went into the hotel and saw all the men.
It was Gay City, y'all. We went right into Gay City.
Saw all the men.
We were like, oh, this is DC for the men.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking of that song.
What song?
I'm gonna paraphrase it. This is for the.
What?
It's like
Lauren.
Or something. I gotta find it.
Lauren is so goofy. Okay, so yes, we walked into Gay City, and look, I love all my letters of the LGBT community.
They were really nice.
Yeah,
Too. They were cool.
I feel safest being in a room full of gay men and straight men. So I did not mind.
Don't try.
I did not mind being around a bunch of gay men. But and then there were vendors. Mm-hmm. So I shopped some of the vendors. And if you watch our vlog, we'll show you like all of our souvenirs, the things I bought from the vendors. So all that's in our vlog. And we had the opening event. Now there were women there. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of women, I'm gonna be honest.
The ones I thought were cute actually worked the event, y'all.
Lauren loves her a working woman, okay? She loves her a working woman. But yes, the women I thought were cute were already like coupled up with somebody. Yeah. And I feel like, so there was this one girl I tried to talk to when we were getting drinks. But I felt like she was with somebody because she was giving me the vibe that she didn't really want to talk. So it's just kind of weird. So I'm like, well, I tried.
I mean, I know you liked her.
Yeah.
So
everybody was booed up. If it was women there, they already had them booed.
And y'all know when it comes to the lesbians and the bisexual women, especially since there's a masculine shortage, they be holding on to their woman tight. The airbag zip locked shut. You can't even breathe. Like the little, what's the bag called? The trip?
The bag.
Go down, you suck the air.
The airtight. The airtight bag.
That's how women be holding their woman at these queer events.
Because when I tell you, like, she was being nice.
Yeah.
But it was like, my girlfriend's over there, so don't be talking to me like that. That's what it was giving. No, I didn't really see it, but that's the energy I got.
Because I don't think I paid attention to that. I think I was on my phone or something.
Now, Lauren was scaring away the hoes for me.
I'm just going to wear an airbag. I'm just going to wear a bag over a trash bag.
Because Lauren's face, you're just natural resting face. It was giving, like, because people already assume, any friend Lauren is with, they assume they're together. So I think people were assuming we were together, which was so weird. Because when you saw other couples, they're hugging, they're touching, they're kissing.
We didn't do that.
No.
We looked at each other and were laughing about certain things.
Yes.
But that's about it.
So I feel like people
eyeing other people.
Yes. So I feel like people just assume we were together because the masculine woman and feminine woman together.
So annoying.
And then there was a guy that came and talked to us for a little bit.
He was instigating because
he was drunk. He was having a good time. I love that for him. But
he came. Oh, I was good. I said no. You said that too quick. I'm like, we're not together.
And then he asked if we want to be together. I'm like, sir, this woman here is like my sister. Lauren, we're gonna have to do a throwback. We're gonna start telling people we're related, that we're cousins or something, because people just be instigated too much.
We might as well be sisters. The way our family story be, so
we live the same life.
We really do.
We literally live the same life.
To say that.
Yeah.
Because I was talking like, oh yeah, my sister did the same thing. I'm just like,
we live the same life.
Yeah, we about to just say we cousins.
No, for real. So people can just stop with this madness.
Yeah.
So
we can start that today.
But yeah, the opening event was really cool.
Yeah.
They had
Billy Porter.
Billy Porter was there. They had some people from New York come and do comedy. There was some DC, like, local talent that came and performed. Lauren was not feeling either of the comedy acts.
It was bad, y'all. I recorded a minute of it. It was bad. And they didn't also, if you know me, time is of the essence. The event was supposed to open the doors at 5:30, I think. Mm-hmm. We didn't really start till like 7:30.
Yeah. All the events started late.
We really ran
every single event.
Peak time at a black event.
All the events started late.
Every single one of them. And Tara was actually surprised because I was not really pressed about time on this trip.
Yeah, because Lauren, this girl here, she liked to be on time. If she's not on time, she's mad. She is mad. We went to a Lucky Day concert.
Oh,
you already knew I was going to bring this up. We went to a Lucky Day concert, and Lauren was upset because we were running late. And I was like, Lauren, this was your very first concert, too. And I was like, Lauren, concerts don't start on time. There's never been a concert I've ever been to in my life that started on time. So we're sitting there taking pictures, and Lauren is fake cheesing and fake smiling. And I'm just like, you were irritating me because you had this attitude. And when we got there, what happened?
We got receipts.
And then what happened? We sat there for how long before it started?
Not that long.
We sat there for about 45 minutes to an hour before the concert started. So you did all your pouting and all your mean mugging facing and all that for nothing.
You didn't have to do all that.
Yo, you didn't have to do all that. Because I said, Lauren, concerts don't start on time. And she still had her attitude. She had the attitude the whole time. And then when we got there and we sat down, she wanted to do her little smiling again. It's like, no, keep that same energy. Don't be trying to smile now, because I already told you. What it is, and now you want to sit here and smile. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You really irritated me that day. I'm not going to lie. She really irritated me. That's why I wasn't trying to sit by you, because you were pissing me off.
That's fine. That's why I was talking to Taylor. Hey, Taylor.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, Lauren is just a very timely person, and she was real. You were real chill on the trip. Mm-hmm. I even told her, I'm like, I'm surprised you're so chill because I know how she can get when we're late.
Nothing started on time.
That's it.
Okay, we were late to one event. We'll get to that while we were late.
Oh, and that irritated me while we were late because I'm just like, okay. So after the opening event, didn't we go get food after the opening event?
Yes, we went to. Oh wait, no, that was the poetry. Wait, let me back up.
We got food before the opening event. We went to that. Okay, so we went to this bar. Oh, we also went to the museum that day, earlier that day.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We went to the museum. We went to
that pub, that place. That conversation they were having at that bar. They were really. They had a day.
Mm-hmm. And so we went to this little pub, and at first it made me a little nervous because I'm like, do y'all like gay people here? But all of DC is very queer, gay friendly.
It is. They don't care.
They're all very, and I loved that because coming from like living in Texas and living in the South, and where it's like we don't like gay people here.
Or you just tolerate.
Yeah, and then going to somewhere where you're just very openly accepted, it felt so good.
And it wasn't just young people; it was like people in their 60s.
Like older people. Like there's like an older lady, maybe like in her 60s, that came and took our order, and she was like, "Oh, I love your fan." I don't know if she was an owner or not, but she told me she loved my fan because I had a fan that had the gay flag on it, and she was telling me she loved my fan. So it's like. It was so nice being around people to where it's like, we not only tolerate you, but you are accepted here. Mm-hmm. Because even like in the South, like things are getting better, but we're still tolerated. It's not full acceptance. So it was nice being in an environment where it's like, I feel like okay and safe being myself, not just I'm being myself, and I know I'm making y'all mad being myself. Yeah, so it's nice being in an area where I actually feel like accepted.
And I will say something about that too, of being in queer spaces. This is my first time being in a queer space.
Yeah.
And I was very nervous because for me, how my mind works is very backwards. And I feel like for me, I'm so used to having to work to be not accepted, but to make my presence known, and this is who I am. That sometimes when you're in a safe space, it feels weird. You have to adjust that you're in a safe space. You don't have to do all of what you can do.
You can let your guard down,
and then sometimes that's very uncomfortable. It's just easier to do what I did. So that was an interesting experience, to say the least.
But yeah, I love DC. Was amazing. We went to the African American Museum.
Which is really good.
You need 2 to 3 days to see that museum. It's just so much information. And just like, so if I would highly suggest when you visit that museum, start at the top, work your way down. Now if you're giving yourself 2 days for this museum, do the first 3 levels on the first day, and then the last day do the bottom level, because the bottom level starts with slavery,
how it started.
And then it goes into Jim Crow and segregation. It's hard. It's a hard section to go through. And after you do that, then things get a little lighter when you go into the Afrofuturism section, which was really cool. And then do the gift shop. So if we were doing it in 2 days, I would suggest doing the first 3 levels the first day. Maybe go eat at the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah, the cafeteria. We have to think about that too. So Tierra was hungry, and we actually looked at the food place before we went because we kind of already knew, like based on what we saw online, what they were gonna have. Yeah. So we went in there, and the prices were high.
The prices were high, and I just couldn't bring myself to pay $7 for a piece of cake.
Cause I forgot, what was the cake? What kind of cake?
It was like red velvet and something else. I don't know. But I couldn't bring myself. They had these little tiny red velvet cupcakes for like $5.
Did you want that too?
I wouldn't pay $5 for that.
Well, y'all, cause they also closed at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it was kind of close to 3 o'clock.
Yeah, they were finna
So
close.
that's why I was like, well, Tiara, do you want to go? And I could tell she really wanted it because she kept going back and forth with herself about it. So I'm like, well, let's go in there and we can eat. And then as soon as we left, I could tell she kind of regretted it a little bit. After me trying to convince her 8,000 times.
And you want to know what's funny? So, if you're part of like the Muslim and Islam community, you know what bean pies are. I love bean pies because when I was younger, I dated this guy that was Muslim, and sometimes I would go to the mosque, and there was always people selling bean pies, and so I love me a good bean pie. And so there was a guy outside selling bean pies, and that bean pie was $12.
So she could just pay the $7 for the cake.
Look, I supported the community with the bean pie, okay?
Support both community regardless.
Okay, I did support the museum community because we went to the gift shop.
She did. But you still spent $12 for that little, and the pie wasn't even big.
It was so good though. It was worth it. It was good.
You got like a magazine, a newspaper with it.
It was good.
That was not worth no $12 to me. I saw how small it was, but
It was so good.
I'm
though.
glad she liked it.
It
Cause
was
she
so
basically
good.
tore that up. Like,
Oh, I love me some bean pies. It's so good. But yeah, we went to the museum.
we did finish the museum. Though.
We did.
But we got there like at 11. We didn't finish till like 3 or 4
Yeah.
o'clock. So I was tired.
By the time we got to the bottom, I'm just like, ooh, I'm tapped out. Like, I don't even think we saw all of the bottom.
Probably didn't.
Because we were just kind of, we skimmed it. And then I like the Afrofuturism. That was a good, I feel like that part is a good ending to just like,
What's coming.
like, from like, we went through all this, but this is like what's currently going on. This is the future. And we are the future of what happened too. So it was nice.
I should have took a nap after that to get ready for the thing.
Yeah, and then
But we didn't have time.
Yeah. You're an old person. Yeah, and Lauren needs, when she does stuff, she needs to have a nap after. Like, I know when you get home today, like, after we record, we both have, like, things to do after. I know when you get home today, you're going to bed.
Probably. Yeah. Because my dad's thing is at 4. So.
Isn't it Father's Day this weekend?
Mm-hmm. It's tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy
By
Father's
the time
Day
y'all hear this, it's going to be past
to all the
Father's Day.
dads out there. Whoever you consider a dad, father figure in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, love y'all.
And then, okay, so yeah, we did the museum first that day. And there was a bunch of kids there.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know if it was like a field trip. I don't know if DC
there was
was
so
out of
many
school
kids.
or if it was like a summer
Maybe it was
camp.
like an after school summer camp thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of kids. And they kept making announcements to not like jump off the thing or the balcony or something.
And throw stuff off the balcony.
Yes.
Just crazy stuff. There were so many kids there. So, but yeah, I definitely would suggest visiting that museum. You can get through it in a day, but you're literally going to be there all day. Or you can just break it up in 2 days, which I suggest. I highly, highly suggest you just break it up into 2 days.
Yeah. That way you have time to process, decompress.
Yeah.
And I think the kid is really good informative for the kids. I know the kiddos are kind of getting restless, but I think it's definitely good history for the kiddos.
And that museum is literally wall-to-wall information. Every space in that museum had information from the ceiling to the wall. Like, it was literally wall-to-wall information. So it was a lot.
But it was a good experience. So I highly recommend. And it's free admission, y'all. So you don't have to worry about like paying.
Yeah.
And if you really want like the view across the street, you can do like a little picnic. That was really cute.
Yeah, we did see people doing picnics and stuff. And they had food trucks outside. So
that definitely was like a little cute date spot for you to do. Or like with friends and family. Because I probably would have done that, like a little picnic thing.
Yeah. So it was nice. And then we went to that bar and had burgers. And then we went to the opening event.
I was
for
tired,
DC Black
Pride.
Pride. Yeah.
I was ready to go to bed.
And then the next day, we did the workshops. And the question that Lauren asked earlier was from the workshop I went to called What the L. It was a lesbian workshop. and then the very first workshop, we could only go to 3 workshops. We went to one together, and then we went to 2 of them separately.
Yeah.
I forgot to put that in my review. So the DC Black Pride, they sent us
some things.
Okay, good. Some things of what they can improve on. And I think if the workshops were at different times. Now, I understand that every workshop is not going to be at a different time. I get that.
Right.
But most of them started at the same time. So there were a lot we weren't able to go to. So we went to the dating one.
And we were late by like 30 minutes.
We were late because when they said everything and we were planning our trip, it was at a complete different time of what was actually happening. So when they gave us that pamphlet on the opening night, I guess they had updated the times. But I feel like they should have been like, hey, make sure you check the pamphlet for the times because some times have changed for our workshops.
They could have definitely made that announcement.
Yeah. So we were late to the first one. And it was really good. What we heard was really good. I really wish we would have made it there on time. But he mainly talked about dating. And he's a gay dating coach. His name is Amari. He talked about dating. He talked about something I did want to ask him because he said the app he recommends to his clients is Tinder. And I thought that was very interesting. So I wanted to ask him, like, do you recommend that mainly to, like, your gay male clients? Would you also recommend that to, like, lesbian women as well? So I thought that was very interesting that he said Tinder was the app that he recommends.
Tinder, y'all. I hate it.
I feel like Tinder is, like, known as just a hookup app.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
So, and then we talked about the drama triangle, which
was really good.
Life-changing information for me, honestly. And the drama triangle is like there's the rescuer, there's the perpetrator, and then there's the victim. And you can be in 2 of the roles, all of the roles. One person can be in each. But that's how drama keeps cycling. Yeah. If someone's a victim, you see someone as a perpetrator, and you see someone as the rescuer. Instead of and what was the other triangle called?
The empowerment.
The empowerment triangle. And what did those have in that one?
The challenges, creator, and I forgot I think that was, there's like a romantic negotiation, but I think. We're going to be challenges and creator. I think I forgot the other one.
That's right. And then we talked about, he talked about power dynamics. And not just power dynamics in relationships, but like, what are your power dynamics in like your friend groups? What are your power dynamics at work? What are your power dynamics with like your family? So it got me really thinking about power dynamics, and it made me and Lauren like have a conversation about our power dynamic and our friendship. And I think our power dynamic is very equal.
Yeah.
And of course, everything is not perfectly 50-50. Nothing is like that. But I feel like our power dynamic is very equal because we give each other a choice and we have conversations. It's not like, oh, this is just what we're going to do.
Yeah. Unless it's like the airport situation. That was really...
I feel like when our power dynamics switch to where someone else has more power, it is still to benefit us. Yeah, it's not
to be selfish.
Yeah, it's not taking more power to put you down.
Yeah.
So... yeah, it made it, and I've never had a conversation with my friends about power dynamics before, so it was very interesting to have that conversation.
But I've had conversations about my former last therapist that was like our last conversation about power dynamics, and that's something I really struggle with when it comes to relationships. When that age gap gets really big, but that's not really nothing today. But I thought it was really good to just have that conversation because a lot of people don't really think about other relationships outside of like probably family and romantic relationships. So it's nice that he brought that to the forefront.
Yes. So I definitely I challenge everyone, in your friend group, talk about your power dynamics amongst each other. Now, we're not trying to cause no drama or nothing, but I do think it is something healthy to talk about and to be honest about and transparent about of what your power dynamics is within your friendship.
And if it does bring out an argument, clearly there was an issue that y'all should have already been talking about.
Yeah. So that workshop was really good. And then I went to the What the L workshop, and that's what the question we asked earlier in the episode about. That's how the workshop opened, about like in your home, how are you seen and perceived? And then outside in the world, how are you seen and perceived? And then like with yourself, how are you seen and perceived with your blackness, womanness, and queerness? And we also talked about, this is going to have to be its whole episode on its own, where me and Lauren talking about masculinity and femininity. But we also talked about the word lesbian and how there are women that feel like there's lesbian erasure, where more people are not really saying I'm lesbian, they're just saying I'm queer. It's either I'm queer or I'm gay, but not lesbian. So we also had a really good conversation about that. And then, because I don't identify as lesbian, because I like people, if you are of age, as in 25 and up, and you are a human being, then we can make something work. But I don't just only like women. So, but I do feel like if you're a woman and you only like women, but you don't use the word lesbian, why?
Yeah, and that's an individual question that they're going to have to answer.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to that workshop. I
wish you did, though. It was so good.
I went to the queering theology workshop. I was being very interested just in like spirituality and my journey with that currently. So I felt that was a good workshop for me personally.
Yeah.
And it was quite a few people in there, and I knew it was going to be people in there, but I didn't know if it was going to be a lot of people. Now I know black people.
We all grew up in the church.
Yes,
we all grew up in the church.
But with the discord and how it is nowadays, I didn't know how the turnout was going to be. A lot of people are also removing themselves from the church altogether. So that's what I was just kind of like. But it was a nice turnout.
Yeah.
One of the panelists was stuck in really bad traffic, so she was really late. But there were also a lot of good people on the panel, and I thought the host had really good questions. Now, they didn't ask any of the questions that people submitted, I feel like, because they were just running behind on time.
Yeah.
But it was just nice to be in a space of hearing that there are places where you can be yourself and still have that authentic relationship with God and not feel like you have to do the separate state and all the church and all that.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see that there is that unison. So.
But yes, we enjoyed our workshops. And what did we do after we did the workshops? The poetry night is the night. So yes.
We went back to the Airbnb to get ready.
So we were actually late to the poetry night. But when we got to the poetry night, they were still setting up the room.
And we were like a good, 15, 30 minutes
we were
late.
About 30 minutes late.
And y'all, they didn't even start. They didn't know who the judges were going to be.
That was hilarious.
They literally have to find people in the audience to judge.
And it was the Mary Bowman Poetry Slam. Mary Bowman started this poetry slam. And she unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But I forgot the guy that hosted it. But he's competed in a lot of poetry slams and is a well-decorated like poetry person. So he decided to step up and continue this Mary Bowman Poetry Slam, which I think is really amazing. And it was really, again, another personally for me, another life-changing event, because it was just so amazing hearing queer people tell their stories. Because we don't hear that a lot.
They were all so good.
Oh, they were so
I thought about getting up there,
Oh, good.
I was this close to thinking about getting up there. Because they had like a little thing before.
Like an open mic 30 minutes before the competition.
But I'm like, well, I do have something I could share. But it was was not that good compared
Okay,
to...
no, ma'am. It was good. It was kind of dark, but it was good. Okay, that wasn't part of the competition, though.
It was not.
Out of all the open mic people, I feel like that would have been good.
Maybe. We'll never know that I did.
We'll never know, exactly. But yeah, that was such a great, fantastic. My favorite event of DC Black Pride was the Mary Bowman Poetry Slam. And also, there's a fire alarm that went off in the middle of it. And so...
Y'all, I've never been in a hotel where the fire alarm went off where we had to evacuate.
That was crazy. And it happened at the perfect time because the person on stage literally finished their poem and then the fire alarm went off. So I felt like that was just divine timing. But also, you were looking at your phone and Lauren had won a raffle because earlier when we were at the workshops, we signed up for a raffle. I never think I would win raffles. So I was going to pick something dumb. But I'm like, okay, what if I actually win? Let me pick something like I can actually take home. So I picked a bottle of tequila. And you picked a bottle of vodka. Yes. And we both won. And we had to pick it up by like 9 o'clock or something.
It was like 8:48.
So when we went back, and the thing was, my phone was off. And your phone's on airplane mode. So if that fire alarm didn't go off, we never would have got our stuff. Or we have to go there the next day and see.
And we actually ran into the guy we needed to run.
Yes. So we got our bottles. And the tequila, if you, also we did, we took pictures. If you watch our vlog, there's an episode of where we where we played one of the games I got from Black Pride. And it's a drinking game, so we drink our tequila and our vodka in that episode. So definitely go watch that. Lauren gets drunk for the first time.
I really was not that drunk. Y'all,
you have a high tolerance.
I really do learn.
Lauren has a high alcohol tolerance.
And I don't even drink a lot.
But the alcohol, okay, usually when people give you free alcohol, you think it's going to be nasty. But the tequila I got was really good. And I did like your vodka. Like, it mixed with something. It was good. Unfortunately, we had to pour it out. Because I wanted the bottle. So...
Oh, you took my bottle.
Oh, yeah, I do. It's on top of the refrigerator. But we wanted to keep our bottles. And then the extra liquid would have just put more weight in the bags. So we had to... Or it would have spilled.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell them when I got my luggage, y'all, it was damaged.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize it was damaged until we got back to the Airbnb. And I was looking at it. And it had skunk marks everywhere. And then it had like a little hole in it.
Yeah.
And I called them and I did the thing. And the only way for me to have file a report is I would have to drive back up to that airport to file a report in person. I was just crazy. And I did not buy the suitcase. My dad did. But I'm very appreciative of it. But I would recommend to do like just a hard shell
with the 360 wheels. That's the only way to travel. The hard shell suitcase with the 360 wheels.
So I might have to invest in another suitcase, but that's fine.
Yeah. We not flying the U no more. We ain't finna call y'all out like that, but...
I thought it was the AA. Cause you said it.
Oh, that we took that back home. I'm personally not flying them no more. But yeah, the AA airlines, F y'all forever. We're not flying y'all no more. No more ever again in my life will I fly that airline. So they on the list with a slew of other airlines.
Girl, it's getting shorter and shorter.
Look, I love Delta. Delta has never failed me, and I've flown. When I used to work a job. I used to work on a cruise ship, so I would fly all the time, and I would always either fly Delta or Southwest. Those are really the two best airlines. They are. So.
Okay, I like Alaska Airlines.
Oh yeah, Alaska's good too. I like Alaska. But that's it. All the other airlines suck. They are horrible. I hate all the other airlines. Those are the only good 3 airlines. And Hawaii Airlines. We didn't have an issue with them.
Yeah.
So they were cool too.
They were actually Hawaii really cute.
Very cute.
But their TSA actually was really chill. Everybody has chill vibes in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Hawaii was amazing. My favorite trip ever I've taken in my life was to Hawaii.
That was a good trip. But
So yeah, you're back. Okay, so yeah, we did the poetry. The poetry slam was amazing, and we won the raffle, and then we went to this restaurant. I forgot what it was, but I got some oysters.
You said one of them was nasty.
One of them was nasty, but the other oysters were so good. And I got this pasta. Now I got something I usually don't get. Some asparagus pasta.
And she didn't even like asparagus.
Goodness. Yes, I don't like asparagus. But I got this asparagus pasta and it had a poached egg. Now I like poached eggs. Like that wasn't the crazy part. But it had like asparagus, like chunks of asparagus in it. And I actually really liked it. It was really good. Because I usually don't like asparagus.
I got some steak frites.
That steak was good. Her steak was so good. I'm not big on
steak, y'all.
I love me some
steak. Steak is just like steak to me.
I love me some steak.
But it was pretty good. I just took it to go. Nice. Like I do most stuff. Now I actually was eating on this trip. Sierra was actually.
I know that's so okay. So when we go on trips, Lauren doesn't eat nothing, and I have my vacation stomach, so I can eat all day. Now I will say, prior to the trip, I was fasting, and then I was only eating maybe 1 or 2 meals a day at the most.
Your body was trained.
Yeah. So like even when we got to the airport and I had my first meal, I was really full for the rest of the day because we went to the bookstore and I really wanted a piece of cake. But I was just full. And they were closing the kitchen. I don't know how that is. But I was just really, really full. And then the next day, we went to the Jamaican place, the African place, and that was good. And then the next day, I just wasn't hungry like that until like the last 1 or 2 days of the trip.
It was literally the last day.
The last day I wanted to eat everything. And I was just like, come on now. So... And then after the poetry slam, we did something. Oh, we got souvenirs. We went souvenir shopping.
That was
that day.
We didn't go souvenir shopping that day.
What did we do that day? The next day after the poetry slam.
Oh, you meant after the poetry slam? Oh, we did.
So we went souvenir shopping. Whose house was that? Where them people was lined up outside their house.
Wasn't that Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, they was lined up outside that man's house. Same. Yeah, we went and got souvenirs. This was one of my souvenirs. I got this Washington D.C. hat. I was gonna wear it with her outfit. Yeah, I was gonna wear it for the episode, but I didn't want my head to be hot. So yeah, I got this really cute hat.
Yeah, I got a D.C. hat, but it's not a bucket hat. It's just like a.
Oh yeah, it's like a cap, like a baseball cap. And then so we were gonna go to this black-owned restaurant.
Y'all, this is also why we are opposite people. Because I was up to that point, I was picking all the places, but Tierra wanted to pick something that we actually liked on the Instagram board, which was fine, because we didn't put a whole bunch of them there. We didn't really go to any of them.
No, we did not. But I will say, all the food in DC was good. We did not ever have a bad meal. It was almost so good. We almost had a bad meal. Almost.
What's it called? Kinfolk?
Yes, Kinfolk Kitchen. Now, we didn't eat there, but I do look at the reviews of places, and they had like 3 stars. And I didn't have time, because I literally called the Uber to go to Kinfolk Kitchen. Then I looked at the stars, and I was like, no. So when the Uber got there, I changed the location.
And I didn't know.
Yeah, Lauren did not know. I changed the location to this chicken place. I can't remember what the chicken place is called. It's on our vlog, y'all. It's on our vlog. But we went to this chicken place, and that chicken was so...
Y'all, but they didn't have ketchup.
I don't care about them not having ketchup. That chicken hit. That chicken was so freaking good. And they make this chocolate chip cookie using chicken fat. And that was very good. I've never had anything like that. That was so good.
That is the place we did like on board.
That's the one place we went to. That we actually put on the board and plan to go to.
I didn't try the cookie, y'all, but...
You didn't try a little of it? Oh, I ate that. I demolished that cookie.
She ate that whole cookie.
It was so good. And that chicken, so I got the snow chicken. And if you eat like a lot of like Korean fried chicken places, snow is when they do like this white sauce and they do onions on it. Kind of like a smothered chicken. And it was so good.
I just got some fried chicken.
It was so good.
We got the same type of chicken, didn't we?
Yeah, mine was just, it had like a different topping on it, I guess.
I like the roll, y'all. That roll was really good. I like bread, y'all. I should have got an extra roll.
But yes, we went and got that. That chicken was so good. And then we went to Chinatown. Oh yeah, that rice was good too.
At first, I don't know how I felt about the rice. Because it had like butter like at the top too, and it just melted into the rice.
That's the best way to eat it.
And I was going back and forth with the rice. I'm like, it's good, but I don't know how I really feel about this rice. But when I started actually eating it, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But it was just missing some ketchup. I was just like, we gotta go to a store to get ketchup.
So yes, we ended up in Chinatown because Lauren had to get some ketchup. I had to get a lighter, so I'm not mad at that. And that took forever for me to get a lighter because a lot of places in Chinatown do not take your card. They say cash or get up out of here. So we went to this big old, what's it?
Walgreens.
A 3-story Walgreens.
That's like the CVS and Walgreens in DC are 3-story. Like I think those are actual
like a little
grocery stores.
Yeah, it's literally like a mall.
It's just usually like it's a convenience store, but I think up there it's like an actual grocery store. People buy stuff. So that was a new experience.
So Lauren had to get her ketchup.
I did.
And then okay, so we were gonna get cupcakes that day. But then by the time we decided to get cupcakes, we were halfway home. Halfway to our Airbnb. And it's just like, well, I guess we just gonna try again tomorrow.
It was Memorial Day and we didn't know if they were gonna be closed. Which thankfully they weren't.
Yeah. And we went to DC Cupcakes. If you look on our Instagram, you'll see some pictures.
Yeah. I should have tagged the DC Cupcakes.
Yeah.
I just thought of that.
We'll probably go back and tag them. But DC Cupcakes, they're called Georgetown Cupcakes. They had a TV show on TLC called DC Cupcakes. And I loved watching that show as a kid. And I'm just like, we're going to DC, so I have to go to this place. Like, I've been wanting to go to this place for so long. So I think it was a really cool experience to go somewhere that I've grown up like watching on TV for so long, and then actually getting to like experience it. So that was cool. That was really nice.
Cause she did say she really wanted to go there, and I wanted to get my mom a cupcake. Cause she didn't really want. Cause usually I give my family like everybody a gift, and she didn't really want any of the souvenirs. So I wanted to get her a cupcake because I know she likes sweets.
Yeah.
So I will say the cupcakes were very small. They were a lot smaller than I thought. And Georgetown, you know, is a very bougie area.
Georgetown is kind of like Knox Street in downtown Dallas. Like if you know that area of North Dallas, the area of Georgetown is very similar to that.
Cause it was like $3.95 for that small cupcake, and I think the
cupcakes were expensive. I'm gonna be real honest.
Were a little bit better in my opinion.
Fluellence is better,
and it's $6, but it's a jumbo cupcake, so you're paying. I feel like the price is fake.
Yeah. So, and then we went to that burger place.
We did go to that other one. Cause Tierra was like, we're not gonna be eating burgers on this trip, and guess who wanted a burger for the duration of the trip? This one right here.
Anyway, we went and got some burgers, and they were good.
They were really good.
That burger was good.
And we tried some like mango sauce, but it was
actually good. I was like, I don't think this is gonna be good, but it was so good.
You really couldn't taste the mango.
It was kind of, in my opinion, it was similar to ketchup.
It really was. Like,
it was good. Similar to ketchup. So that was really good. And then where did we go after that?
We went to the ice cream place. Oh yeah, on our way back, because Tierra thought this girl was cute, y'all, in the ice cream store. And she was scared to talk to her. And I didn't want to go in there because she said I was blocking her the whole trip. So I hid because
Not I hid.
I stood like on the opposite side, and I told Tierra she got to go in there herself to talk to this person.
That lady was on the phone the whole time, so I'm like, dang.
You still
but that ice cream was good. I'm still working on that. Talking to women is still new to me. So.
Well, maybe you should talk to yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but like
that does sound crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That does sound crazy.
But like you're a woman, so it's just
Yeah.
kind of like maybe I should kind of practice to see how I would like this approach.
Okay. If y'all got any tips on how to talk to women, please let me know. Because I'm just struggling over here.
I just think I'm not gonna mess with this. Let me stand outside.
Anyway, after that, we went to. Where did we go after we got cupcakes?
Did we go back to Kramer's?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we went back to Kramer's because you had that pie. And
that pie was good. Oh yeah, because that was the day I actually had an appetite to eat all day.
Yeah.
That pie was so good.
She had like
and then we went
desserts, y'all.
Yes, I did. I had 8 desserts. I just ate desserts all day. It was so good.
Oh, we forgot something. The brunch. The draft. Yo, we gotta reverse back in time. So let me preface and say that I was very excited about this. Like when we were buying, it was a $60 ticket that it came with brunch. I'm gonna preface it.
Asterisk on the came with brunch part. Asterisk on that.
So they were supposed to start seating at 11:30. We got there like around maybe 11:05, maybe 11:15.
No, we got there early.
Maybe 10 something?
Yeah, we got there early. I know we got there early.
It was, and I will say it was like a different part of DC, which was really, really cool.
Yeah. Okay, because, yes, we did forget to tell about this day. So, yes, we were in a different part of DC. We waited in line. I shopped at these 2 little shops, bodegas, to get change.
It's just a little drink. It didn't look
it was so good. And I got change to tip. And then when we got in there, it was cool. They had like unlimited mimosas.
Yeah.
So I sure did load up on my unlimited mimosas.
Okay, y'all, I don't like mimosas. I like orange juice, but I don't like the champagne. It just tastes nasty.
Lauren's signature drink is a vodka cranberry.
It's good.
So if you out in the road and you see Lauren and you trying to talk to her,
oh my God.
get her a little vodka cranberry. Don't spike my friend drink because I will find you. But yeah, get her a little vodka cranberry. Say hi.
Don't put too much of the vodka. Put more cranberry.
Do like a 70 cranberry, 30% vodka mix, a 60-40 at the
But it was
most.
good. I'm like, okay. I should have asked her when we went to the opening reception.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think of it.
That's Lauren's drink, y'all. A vodka cranberry.
It's real simple, y'all. Okay.
But yes, they had unlimited mimosas, and like they started letting people in late, and it took them forever. I didn't understand what was the holdup of letting everybody in. I don't know why it took them forever. And then before they let everybody in, there was like, well, there's a separate line if you just got here, and there's a line for it if you already have tickets, which should have been So I'm like, okay. So we got to sit in the front, which was cool, and when it was time for the breakfast buffet part, I'm saying breakfast buffet 3 times for a reason, because I don't know how y'all do buffets up in the north, but in the south, if there's a buffet, that means constant, endless food. So there was a breakfast buffet, and they were like, okay, well, we're gonna do it by tables, and then everybody just ran up to the line. So,
and now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably people that didn't, like, I know most people paid $6, but probably people that played $20, they probably went up there in that line.
They didn't even check if you actually paid to eat at the buffet or not. So that was really irritating. And by the time you got up there, they had ran out of mac and cheese, they ran out of syrup, they ran out of ketchup.
Told you to come in a line.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I should have just made you a plate while I was up there.
So,
but yeah, they were out, like, even when I went up there, they were already out of, like, half of the stuff. They didn't even have syrup and ketchup, y'all. They were out of that as well.
So, and like, there was other people that came to our table and sat with us. I was just chit-chatting and talking with them. And then when Lauren came back, I went up to the line and I saw them put out more ketchup. This is also, okay, the way me and Lauren treat each other, we treat each other with love and respect. And I can see how outside people think we're together. I see that, but I treat all my friends like that. So I just went and I just got her plate, and I put the syrup and ketchup on it, and the people at the table,
They looked at me like I was in trouble. They were like, well, girl.
So, yeah, I took her plate to put ketchup and syrup on it.
I think it's definitely that Southern hospitality that we have. Like,
That's
been running.
That's it. So by the time I went up there, there was nothing. Nothing.
And they weren't bringing out any more food.
And I asked, I'm like, are y'all bringing out any more food? No. So.
And they only had
one
person.
Oh, I was irritated.
They should have had more people serving the food. People weren't being greedy. But they only had one person serving the eggs.
They had, it was self-serve, and they also only made 2 pans of everything. Mm-hmm. So I didn't get any food at the breakfast buffet, which was supposed to be a buffet. And I was very, 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 very irritated about that.
Because I know you were hungry.
Yes.
Okay, y'all, I was trying to give her some of my eggs, but because it touched the syrup, she didn't want it. And then you didn't want.
As you see, if you're watching this video, if you're watching this video, if you didn't notice when I was eating my food earlier, I had set my pancake on the top part of this go box, and I was eating the eggs and bacon. And then when I was done with the eggs and bacon, that's when I ate my pancake. Because I don't want that syrup touching my eggs and my bacon.
I think it's interesting. I've noticed that people that love to cook, that don't like y'all's food to touch. It's very interesting.
Is that a people that loves to cook?
I think because somebody at my job loves to cook. He don't like his food touching either. And it's just like, y'all mix all these ingredients and stuff. Y'all don't like y'all food touching. Make it make sense.
Okay, the only food that's allowed to touch is soul food. That's it.
I don't know how that made the cut.
That's it, because you got your macaroni. And if you look on my Instagram page, I made some soul food. When this episode comes back, really about a month ago, I made some fried chicken. I did macaroni and cheese, cornbread, and cabbage. And
she made a whole dessert.
What did I make for dessert?
I think you made that red velvet cake.
Oh, yeah, I made red velvet cake too. A stuffed red velvet bucket.
I thought about coming over there, but I didn't want to drive.
I was like, look, I know it's a far drive, but you can get your free plate of food. But yes, it was so good. But soul food is the only food that's allowed to touch. Everything else, I want it separate. Like when I go for breakfast, I ask for a separate plate, or for them to put my pancakes on a separate plate, because I don't want it touching my eggs and my bacon.
I don't care, y'all. It's all going in the stomach anyway. It's going to combine in the stomach anyway. So
well, that's where it can combine. It's not going to combine in my mouth, okay? That's where it's not going to combine.
Separately, it's weird.
I do. I will literally, because last night, so I came over last night because I know we were recording in the morning, and I had ate my chips separately from my food. And it felt weird to eat my macaroni with my sandwich.
It felt weird?
Yes, it felt weird to do that, because I usually just eat my macaroni, and then I'll just eat my chips,
like the taste together?
and then I'll just eat my sandwich.
You didn't like the taste together?
Not that I don't like it together, it just, I don't know. I just prefer to eat it separately. I just do.
And plus, I get full easily too, y'all, so I kind of have to, like...
eat everything together.
Yeah, because that's only going to be 5 bites anyway.
Screw me. That is hilarious. So yeah, I was not...
I feel bad, y'all.
The drag performances were good. I love a good drag show. And I got to see Akira, which is one of my favorite drag queens, and I love that I got to see her perform. But I was not happy that I didn't eat. I was not happy about that at all.
I'm trying to figure. I forgot. Oh, that's when we ate that chicken that day.
Yeah, we ate the chicken that day.
We also walked by
We just
Howard
walked around
University.
and we took pictures at Howard.
Y'all, we walked definitely past the drug spot.
We saw people doing drugs.
Some exchange.
Drug exchanges, drug doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the full DC experience.
It was very different from Georgetown. Both of those are in.
Yeah.
Howard is an HBCU, if y'all didn't know. In Georgetown, I'm assuming is a PWI. I think it's a private school, I think.
Yeah.
So you can definitely see
There's a difference.
The difference in the demographics.
Most definitely. And then, so yeah, we did the drag brunch the day we went to, we got that fried chicken and went to Chinatown. And then the next day we went to Georgetown.
Yes.
And we went back to Kramer's. And then we went to, like, this, so there's a group of like queer lesbian women that come together and do an event once a month in DC. And it's basically just to come together, have conversations, support each other. There were some vendors there. There was a lady selling oil, a lady selling banana pudding, and a lady selling jewelry. And it was a really, really great event. Again, I feel like this episode is already going on a long time. So we're going to have to talk about this event when we do our next episode and we talk about us being masculine and feminine women and how we see the world and stuff. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that more later, but that was a very empowering, amazing event. And what did we do the next day? Because after that event, we just went and we walked around.
We were going to go home, but then somehow I wanted a dessert.
Yes, you wanted a dessert. Lauren wanted something sweet, which was crazy. And she wanted something that's here in Texas, which is insomnia cookies.
But it took us to a different part of
That's
DC
true.
that
It
we
did.
hadn't been to.
And we found some
The
bookstores.
chili dog that
Yeah.
you like.
I went to the Chili Bowl. So the Chili Bowl is like this DC landmark. Like President Obama has been there. So like all the DC people know this chili place. And it was good. It was really good. I had it again in the airport. So yeah, it was really good. Really, really good.
Turkey chili.
I got the turkey chili. When I had it in the airport, I got their like regular chili on some chili cheese fries, and that was good too. So yeah, that place was hitting. It was real good.
And we did go to another bookstore. And I like
It's
the
cute.
bookstore. I just didn't, because I really wanted 2 books, y'all, but I could not find another book that I really wanted. So I just got one. But
And then we went to the grocery store.
called Giant because y'all,
Yes.
I needed some Hawaiian rolls to eat with the bread. I mean the
chicken. Yeah, Lauren had to get some. And she was gonna get these big pack of one. And I'm like, Lauren, just find a little
I
4-pack.
didn't see the little one.
Just find a little 4-pack meal. Well, you found it eventually.
Yeah, I ate a good 2-3 of them.
And then I got some mumbo sauce. And again, if you look on my Instagram, the soul food plate I made with the chicken, I made, I coated the chicken with the mumbo sauce, and that was so good. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the mumbo sauce by itself because it tastes too much like ketchup. But with it on the chicken, it was so good. I think Lauren really would have liked that sauce because it tastes like ketchup.
That does sound good.
And then I feel like that was our last day, right?
Because we were packing, and then Tierra was very sad.
I love DC. I love DC. It was amazing. I can't wait to go back.
I know Tierra's very, very excited, y'all.
I'm ready to go back. Like, I really cannot wait to go back to DC. But next year, they're doing a World Pride in
That's
DC.
gonna be crazy.
We're going to World Pride. I'm saying that right now. I've been telling Lauren this for the longest. We're going to World Pride. Yes. Yes, we're going to World Pride. So, y'all will see us in DC again. For World Pride, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out our suitcase situation because I always overpack.
Lauren overpacked 4 outfits. 4!
I needed to, I had a plan to wear all those.
And we did outfit pictures and stuff during our trip, but when we checked the weather, it was supposed to rain the whole time. So I adjusted some of my outfits, and I brought,
Because it did rain that night. We went to that Giant. That's one of the days it actually did.
but it didn't rain that much.
It
just rained
didn't.
that
But
night.
the thing is, had we not done that, it would have rained.
I know. We hadn't adjusted our outfits, it would have rained the whole time. But yeah, so I adjusted my outfits, and then there was this. I wanted to wear my jacket. I have like a jean jacket that has like pearls on it, and I wanted to wear that to the drag brunch, but it was hot that day.
It was hot.
So we just took pictures in our jackets we were gonna wear, but we didn't wear our jackets that day. It was not cold enough for us to wear jackets at all.
I wore a jacket still because I was going to wear that. I bought that specifically for that trip.
Lauren did wear her jacket. A lot of people like your jacket. You got a lot of compliments. That's the people in DC are so nice.
They are.
They are so nice. Because I know people say, oh, when you go up north, people are rude. No, the people in DC, I still felt like I was, it's like a mix. DC is like a mix of Dallas and New York. If you mix Dallas and New York, you get DC.
And yeah, everybody was nice from people on the streets.
Mhm.
People,
Everybody was cool. Everybody was real.
It's just a big jumbo community.
Yeah. So it was real, real nice.
It was. So
But y'all, that was we also vlogged about DC. We posted pictures on our Instagram. So check our Instagram. Look out for our vlogs.
Oh, we didn't talk about the flight.
The flight back home. Oh my goodness. So the flight back home. Again, the first flight
was fine. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
What happened with the first flight? Because we got on the plane fine, but we went to the airport in Houston.
Oh, we had to, because the weather was bad in here, and we didn't know the weather was bad. So
that's
we had to fly around. We were about to go to the Dallas.
Yeah, they were about to just take us to Dallas. I'm like,
yes,
take us to Dallas.
The way around to freaking Houston.
We should just went to
Dallas.
Dallas.
And the couple in front of me, they had a kid with them, and they were crying. Like the husband was crying. Yes. The wife was crying because they already had a bad experience just trying to get back home, and they were running out of money and clothes. It was like bad.
And they had to go to the Houston airport?
Yeah. So,
for the sake of that couple, I'm glad we went to the Houston airport. But I really wish we just would have went to Dallas.
But the baby, he was so cute. He was trying to cheer up his dad. The baby was like 1. He knew his dad was not in a good mood at all.
Me a spirit. I'm going to be crying with my kid because life is hard.
It was so cute. He was trying to comfort his dad.
Mm-hmm.
But, y'all, because we got there, we were actually fine because our flight didn't even leave till like...
Yeah, we had some time.
It was supposed to leave at 5. So we got there, we were walking around, and then that's when we started getting all these flight delays. That, it's going to be leaving at 7, at 8.
Yeah, it just kept pushing back and pushing back. Okay, so in the Houston airport, there's some terminals that are like underground the airport. So they wouldn't let you pass this point unless your flight was boarding.
Because it literally is just you boarding the flight. It's nothing under. It's literally you
nothing's under there. Nothing.
But the flight. And that's why they tell you make sure you do everything up here because
there's nothing.
And I think people don't understand because that concept is not really like a.
That's the first time I've encountered an airport like that.
Weird. I don't like it, but and that too, like people kept coming up there and they kept having to repeat themselves. You think they were just getting so tired.
The airline people were so irritated. They were so irritated with people.
But they should have just kept making an announcement every 5 to 10 minutes because there were people coming off a flight that didn't hear it.
Yeah.
So they didn't know, and everybody was like, "Did you call Dallas? Did you call?" Because Dallas had like 4 flights, but they didn't call
4 flights.
They were calling all the stuff that nobody really needed. Like people still went on those flights, but nobody was really going to those. And even the air attendants people, they were confused too.
Yeah, like the flight attendants, pilots, they were just as confused as us. Literally just as confused as us.
So
when we started vlogging a little bit.
Okay,
in that vlog, I am annoyed because I wanted to just go somewhere and sit down because I was just tired of standing around. But the guy was like, if you're going to Dallas, come over here so we can figure out if we can get you on this plane. So I ran over there and we got our tickets. What was this other? Oh, okay. The first thing that happened. Now, this is where I feel like I take more power in our friendship when it comes to power dynamics. So when our flight, when we were going to DC, when we got to the gate and that flight had left early, the people were like, okay, we're going to figure out how to get y'all on different flights to get to DC. So I went ahead of this one lady because the guy was like, who's next? Me. I'm next. Me and her together, and I'm next. And there was another lady in front of me, but I'm sorry, the airport is not a place to be nice. It's just not. Because if we didn't get on that flight, we probably would have got on a flight tomorrow, and then we would have to stay in a hotel, and we would miss the whole day in DC. So the airport's just not a place to be nice. So, and then when we were coming back to Dallas, the guy made this announcement saying, if you want to get on a Dallas flight, come on.
Tiara wanted to sit, and I'm like, I think we need to stand because something tells me they're about to call this flight. And I'm glad the way that we were sitting before, because the people on the announcements told us, go do something else.
They did. They were so tired of people.
They said, go walk around.
Yeah, they said, go walk around, go use the bathroom. They literally told people, please go anywhere else but here because your flight's not ready. So,
because we sat there for like a good 30 minutes. Just in that place, you couldn't hear that airport was so loud. You have to be in that area. So
I'm glad we stayed over there.
I'm like, let's stay over here because they nothing about to happen. And sure enough, they called. Because had we sat, we would have missed that flight.
Yeah, and that was the only, as to what we know, our flight got canceled because when we landed in Dallas, the flight we were originally going to take got canceled.
Yeah, so we would have still been stuck in
Houston. I would have to call my mom to come get me because my mom lives in Houston. So
I mean, if that didn't work, I have family too. I have to call my crazy aunt to get us from the airport.
Not that aunt. I'm good on that one. But yeah, so our traveling was real crazy during that trip.
It sure was.
Real crazy. And then, but yeah, so, and I was like, Lauren, come on, let's go get on this plane, because we just had standby tickets. Yeah. So, I'm like, no, we need to get to that gate as soon as possible so we can get on this plane.
Once they run out of seats,
yeah,
there's nothing you can do.
It is what it is once they run out of seats. So, yeah, that was an experience. And then I had to pay to check in my carry-on, which I was not happy about.
I don't know why when you get to the round or whatever it's called, they make you check in your bag. And that's why I just always bring a backpack. I don't bring another rolling bag on those airplanes.
No, I bring my rolling bag because I need more space for stuff.
Well, either we're going to have to get more expensive tickets next time.
We're just flying Southwest.
So
that's just what we don't have to fly. Yes.
I thought you said you were kind of going back and forth.
No, I'm not going back and forth. I'm done with them. I guess it was the weather's fault, but I didn't like I have to pay for my bag. I'm not, y'all, because since everything was in my name, I saw on my phone that she had to pay $50. I was just like, this is the second trip. We're going back home. I had to pay like $100 for my bag. Okay, the second trip.
The Frontier thing I had to pay too. We all had to pay.
Yeah.
And we didn't. The only thing is because I checked, because I was trying to check in our bag. I'm like, yo, we gotta pay for another bag because
they don't do carry-ons.
They don't. And then they do 40 pounds instead of 50, and that extra 10 pounds really can make it. And okay, the crazy thing is my suitcase, y'all. I was just expecting to pay for another bag because when I had like the thing, because I bought like a little thing.
Oh, a bag. It weighs your bag. It weighs your luggage. Yeah.
And when I was trying to pack, Sierra was just looking at me like,
yes, because I'm just like, girl, the next time we go on a trip, I'm going to pack my stuff and I'm coming over to Lauren's apartment. Or her house.
It's going to be rented.
Speaking it into existence. I'm coming over to your house and you going to lay out all your outfits. I'm going to say, Lauren, where are you wearing this to? Where are you wearing this to? Where are you wearing this to?
But I'm like, okay, I did wear a good chunk of my shoes. And I brought like 7.
Oh, she brought too many shoes. You brought way too many shoes.
Okay.
There were 3 pairs of shoes you didn't even wear.
3
at
all. Out of the
4 outfits and 3 shoes.
Okay.
Come on now. 4 outfits and 3 shoes.
The crazy thing is, when we weighed our suitcases, mine still weighed less than Tierra's.
She gets on my nerves.
I got
she gets on my nerves.
Souvenirs on top of that. So I had cups.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Lauren gets her family and her other kids, her nieces and nephews and stuff. She gets them souvenirs. Whoa.
We're not doing that.
I'm a hush. But she gets them souvenirs, and I'm like, Lauren, you get everybody souvenirs. So why do you overpack? You already know you get everybody souvenirs. So you need to pack less to make up for the souvenirs you're bringing back home.
But when I weighed it was still less than Tierra's. I don't know how that happened, but
I'm screaming. But look, when we weighed both of our bags at the airport, they said, okay, so they were both in the weight it needed to be. Yeah. And also, this is another tip. Get to the airport early.
The phone. Don't check through the app
too.
Because they charge an extra $5 if you check in at the airport. So check in on your phone instead of paying $40, just pay $35.
Yes, check your bags in on your phone, and also get there early because if your bag weighs a little more, they're more lenient with taking your bag versus if you're one of the later people. They're really like, okay, we're almost at capacity, so your bag has to weigh exactly whatever the weight limit is.
You have time to change and move stuff around in your bag.
That too. Get there a little early.
But you want to pay for another bag.
And just get to the airport early. Now, this is controversial. If you travel by yourself, don't get there super early. When I travel by myself, I don't get to the airport super early.
I'm still gonna get there
when you travel with other people, get there early. But I get there 2 hours early if I travel by myself.
I'm a time freak, y'all, so I'm gonna get there 3 hours, and that's just what it is. I'm just gonna sit in the airport because my nerves, my anxiety, I can't do it, y'all. I get stressed out. My stomach be hurting. My head be hurting. So I'm just gonna spare my body, internalizing the fact I'm about to be late, and just get in the airport 4 or 5 hours early and just go to sleep and just accept that's what it is.
I love that for you. And when I travel by myself, I'm just getting there 2 hours early. I know that's controversial, but that is what it is.
It works for you.
Yeah,
it works for me. I'm gonna be stressed out. And when my body is like panicking, it's like going through like
everything. Everything starts going off.
So I gotta just get there. It's a peace of mind for me.
Yeah.
So and check your phone too. Remember they check the gate because that too
they changed the gate. Yeah.
Like, oh, it's gate 59 or whatever. So
they kept. Oh yes, they changed the gate so many times in the Houston flight. And then in Dallas, when we finally made it to Dallas, the guy didn't even know where our bags was gonna come out of. So that was annoying. That was really annoying.
Ubers were super expensive.
Oh my gosh. The Ubers were $150. And then after an hour, it went down to $100. And then Lauren had to call her dad to come get us. By the time your dad came and got us, it went back down to $60, which was still high. I wouldn't even still say that's reasonable. It was still high because to get to the airport, the Uber was $30, $40. So it being $60 was still crazy.
Maybe because of the weather.
I think the weather was bad. Yeah, and that's why it was so much. But yeah, them Ubers were crazy. I'm not paying $100 to go 30 minutes. That's crazy. Literally insane.
Oh yeah, my dad picked me up and picked us up.
Shout out to Lauren's dad for being a night owl.
Doing the dishes. And he was like, really? I'm like, please. Look, I'm giving him his Father's Day gift. It's here. Got him a gift too.
I did. This year I'm getting all my friends' dads' Father's Day gifts because my dad has made the choice to not be a part of my life anymore, and I've accepted that. So when Father's Day comes around, it's a hard time for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like even today, I just feel so. And I'm not looking forward to going to work tomorrow because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's Father's Day," and I'm just like,
come to Panera for Father's Day?
They come to Panera every day. It don't matter the day.
But I mean, like just specifically like.
Oh, somebody's supposed to bring me something tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's another conversation another day. And I'm rolling my eyes not because I'm jealous, y'all, but I'm rolling my eyes because it's silly. And that's all I'm saying.
So that's already gonna make my day interesting. But yeah, like Father's Day is not the best time for me. But this year, I decided to bring some positivity to it, and my two very best friends, Lauren and Devin, I got their dads something for Father's Day.
That's so sweet.
That's what I did.
When are you gonna give Devin that?
Probably today.
Are you just gonna go by the house?
Or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow, yeah.
I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
So that's what I did for this Father's Day. And Lauren's celebrating her Father's Day with her dad today. So that'll be nice.
I'm gonna see him. I know he's gonna be excited. I'll take a little picture with him. Maybe I'll give him a kiss. And he's gonna be very excited.
But alright, y'all. This episode went way longer than we intended. Like way, way longer. So we're gonna go ahead and end it off. I hope y'all enjoy your Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. It is still Pride Month here. And enjoy your Father's Day. By the time y'all hear that, all this stuff would have passed. So I hope you enjoyed your Pride Month. I hope you enjoyed your Father's Day.
Juneteenth. Whoop, whoop.
Oh yeah, Juneteenth is next week. What are we doing for Juneteenth?
It's on a Wednesday.
I know, it is on a Wednesday.
It's literally during the week.
We're going to have to celebrate it after the farmer's market, I guess. Because I'm going to be getting ready to go to the farmer's market on Juneteenth. So I'm going to be busy.
And I'm doing I'll post a little picture for Juneteenth. That's what I was going to do. Because that's what I got to go to work, y'all.
Okay, before we end this episode, I sell at the farmer's market here locally, and there was this guy that asked for my number, and I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I don't like you. No, thank you. And then he went and asked my other friend for her number, and I'm just like, that's so messy.
And he looked at me and knew I didn't want to play with him, so he turned into his big moving truck van. He saw me and I turned right around. Leave me alone.
So I thought that was hilarious.
That was very messy. And he was not attractive at all.
Not at all. But alright, bye y'all.